Thank you, merci. Thank you for being here today. Before I say anything else, our fans are crucial to our success. And every decision we make is to make sure we deliver to our fans a team that will meet our expectations. Merci d'être ici aujourd'hui. Avant de continuer, j'aimerais dire à nos partisans qu'ils sont essentiels à notre succès et chaque décision prise est avec le but de délivrer une équipe à nos partisans qui va rencontrer nos attentes. If anyone has questions, I'm ready. Si vous avez des questions, please go ahead.
Pierre, the obvious question is why now? Why are you waiting or not waiting till the end of the season?
We just felt as recently as probably this morning that Guy wasn't going to be our coach moving forward. And for both parties, we just felt that it was probably time to move on. Obviously, we made the decision, and that's why we named Marc as interim coach till the end of the year.
And with all due respect to Marc, do you have the budget next year to hire a coach? It's widely believed that Guy Boucher was the lowest paid coach in the league.
Not sure how to answer that, but all I can tell you is that we will hire the best coach available. That meets our needs for this team to grow, to set a culture that we need to have success, and to put us on the right path. We did that last time. We're going to do it again when we hire this coach, or whether it's Marc or someone else.
Hi, Pierre. Could you just run through how it happened? And was Guy, his reaction, was he surprised?
I'm not going to go into specific details. I think today is a tough day for Guy Boucher and his family. It's a tough day personally. Guy and I had a relationship, and I really enjoyed that relationship. All I will tell you is that I pretty much made up my mind last night. I wanted to sleep on it. I advised Eugene this morning. I phoned Marc afterwards, and when Guy came in, I let him know that he was not going to be our coach anymore. After that, met with the players before practice. I told them that our play recently wasn't acceptable, and that moving forward, that didn't want any more excuses.
Ian, your left. Two questions for you, Pierre. Number one, last year you were pretty open. I think it was in April at the end of the year. You said, look, I want Guy to improve on practice time and playing the kids. Mm-hmm. Did he live up to those expectations, or was that what did him in?
I think you'll have 4 hours to have your own opinions on that today. I think in this rebuild, playing the kids is crucial. The development of our young players is essential for this team to have success moving forward. As far as practice, coach decides what he wants to do in practice. Never impose anything on one coach, and the only coach that we've had since we've been here. We have let him do what they need to do in practice. The only thing I will say is I think we're a skilled team, and I think we're a skating team, and I think we can skate more in practice, which will translate into games.
And the second question, I think it was on Monday in your press conference, you said that you admitted you'd made Guy's job a little bit tougher with some of the trades that you've made in the last couple of weeks. So how tough is it for any coach, and obviously it's Marc right now that has to come in, how hard is it to win with this current roster as it stands right now?
Well, it's the NHL. I think we're fielding a team from now to the end of the year that can win games. And we want to see this team win games, develop, grow, have a great culture, play for one and each other, play for the coaching staff, more importantly, play for our fans. And, we saw that against Calgary a few days ago. I don't think we saw that last night. And at a certain point in time, we felt that we had to make the decision today. And it's a decision that tries to set a foundation for this organization in this rebuild to thrive as early as possible.
Pierre, pas plus tard que lundi, tu avais mentionné que tu t'attendrais à la fin de la saison pour décider quoi faire avec les entraîneurs. Est-ce qu'il y a un élément déclencheur entre lundi et aujourd'hui pour la décision que tu as prise aujourd'hui?
Non, Marc, il n'y a pas d'élément déclencheur. Je pense que lorsqu'on regarde la façon dont l'équipe a joué récemment, et le fait le plus important, c'est qu'on a pris la décision ce matin que Guy n'était pas pour être l'entraîneur l'année prochaine, qu'on devrait amener quelqu'un avec de meilleures idées, de meilleures intentions pour ramener de l'énergie à ce groupe.
Pierre, what do you want to see the rest of the way?
I addressed that with the players this morning. I want to see a compete level that is unmatched. I want to see a team culture that will transfer to next year. And I think we want to see, we're giving the chance to a lot of players that haven't been given the role that they're given now. We want to see them thrive. Their agents tell me if they got more ice time, he'd be better. So let's see what they can do. Let's see what they can do. But in saying that, I'm very comfortable, we're very comfortable that the leaders we have in this room can help us do that. A guy like Mark Borowitsky, a guy like Jean-Gabriel Pajot, a guy like Zach Smith, a guy like Craig Anderson, a guy like Bobby Ryan, two new additions that we got this year, and Chris Tierney and Dylan DeMello can really facilitate that.
How extensive a search will you do, and when will you begin that search? Will you wait till the end of the season now?
Mark is the head coach from now to the end of the year. He will be a candidate to be the next head coach of the Ottawa Senators. I joked with him that if he goes 18-0, he's got the job. But at the same time, I think we're going to do a very extensive search. We did it last time. We have an idea of the direction we want to go in. We talked about it in the statement we put out. I think a communicator is very important, someone who listens, a teacher, someone who has structure, and someone that can really expedite this rebuild as quickly as possible. Okay, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Oh.
Ça a été quoi le message aux joueurs à partir de ce moment-ci, après les échanges de la semaine passée, cette décision maintenant avec Guy Boucher?
Non, le message aux joueurs, c'est qu'on va voir un regain d'énergie. On veut voir des joueurs que le niveau de compétition, le niveau de combativité est à un maximum et qu'on ne veut pas d'excuses. Leurs agents me disent souvent s'il y avait plus d'opportunités, la production serait meilleure. Donc, beaucoup de ces joueurs ici ont la chance de se prouver. Donc, c'était le message aux joueurs ce matin. OK? Merci. Thank you very much.
Before you go, can you just talk about Marc Crawford's attributes?
Yeah, no. I think what Marc brings a wealth of experience. Marc has seen it all. He's coached on the international level. He's coached in the NHL. It was an easy choice to put Marc in the interim position. He brings accountability. I know he'll bring structure. He's demanding, but at the same time, being around him for the last almost 3 years, he's very fair. He's fair as a human being, and I think he'll be fair as a coach. Okay? Thank you.
Marc Crawford.
Today is not it's not a time for anything other than emotions. I first want to say that seeing Guy this morning, obviously your heart goes out to him. My heart goes out to him. My heart goes out to his family. I've been in that position before, and I can guarantee you, it is very, very uncomfortable. I know he's a strong guy. I know his family is strong, and I certainly hope that they help each other through this difficult time. I really appreciated working with him. I thought he did a lot of good things, and with that in line, it's obviously a difficult day for everybody. I don't take any joy in the fact that I'm getting this position today as the interim coach at his expense, at his demise. But I do believe that Guy will rise again, and I wish him good rest right now, because when these things happen, only I'm based on my own experience. The thing you need to do is get away from everything, and I hope he does exactly that. And with that, I wanted to say that we really do have a great group of players here. Yeah, we're not showing it in the standings, but they're a group that care for one another. They're a group that emotionally is as good as any Stanley Cup team that I've been around. And the measure of the personalities in that room is extraordinary. These are young guys, really young, and they are in a situation that is very, very difficult. And, it's nobody's fault, but this is a business where you're judged all the time. And, we want all of them to give us their best effort. We want all of them to play for one another. We want all of them to be together. And we need the support of absolutely every person in that dressing room, all the players, veterans, rookies alike, and we need them all to be together. We also need the work from our trainers and our medical staff and all the people that are down there. It is a good group. I've been around hockey for a long time, and I know a good group when I see it. And, hopefully we'll band together and make something positive out of the final 18 games of this season. And with that, I'll open it up to any questions that you might have.
Mark, what do you do differently?
I really haven't had a chance to give you an answer as what I will be different than Guy. I mean, Guy does a lot of good things. So my first thought is that, anything you want to do, you want to build upon some of the foundation that's here. And we'll have lots of time to talk with the other coaches today. We'll have a lot of time to talk with our leaders. We haven't had that chance other than briefly and have a quick practice that they needed today. So we'll have a chance to speak a little bit more formally as to what actually we'll implement. I don't foresee us changing a great deal of the style of play that we've got. But as Pierre said, our expectation is that everybody will play with a determination that's necessary. And our expectation is that everybody will play together and that everybody will play a game that will be respected.
If you had to put your finger on, and specifically defensively, what has been the issue with this team from your vantage point thus far?
Well, again, I'll probably be able to expand on that quite a bit better as we move forward. But I don't think today's the day to really be pointing out the absolute flaws. I would rather look at any positives that we have. And defensive hockey is about commitment. And I see in that room a lot of guys who have the ability to be committed to play the game away from the puck. It's, just speaking right now, it reminds me of the book that I read when I was younger and being really philosophical. Everything I learned, I learned in kindergarten. Everything I needed to know, I learned in kindergarten. And it's about how you play with others. It's about what you do when no one's looking. And it's about making sure that you get along with people. And that is what defensive hockey is. It's awareness, it's commitment, and it's about determination. The NHL, for me, is a series of one-on-one puck battles. And we got to be more determined to be a team that wins more than our share of those.
One more question there.
Mark, I appreciate the emotions of today, but what's it like to get back behind the bench after, I think 2011 was your last year, 2012?
Yeah, you know what? This is about, an organization that's made a tough decision today. And it's made a tough decision that's affected a lot of people. So, as we move forward, I'll be able to give you a little bit more of what my thoughts are. I mean, as it is right now, I want to make sure that this group moves forward. And it's the difficult part of this business. It's the difficult part of life, is that things advance and things move forward. Sometimes you don't want them to. But that's my prime thought right now, is how are we going to best serve each other in moving forward. How are we best going to get what this organization needs? How are we going to get what our fan base so sorely wants? How are we going to do this? And the answers are going to be forthcoming as we work together. And we won't be able to do it unless everybody is in it together. And I'm very confident that this group will do that.
Mark, are there any staff additions or changes?
Yes, we are going to add Chris Kelley to the staff. And I think, we haven't really had a chance much. I've only talked to him very briefly. But I've watched Chris this year, and I've seen what he's done in the development side. And they've been around our team. We do development sessions with our guys, and I thought he's just been outstanding. And for me, players really respect ex-players. And we've got a guy that's been to the Stanley Cup final. We've got a guy that plays an outstanding 200-foot game. We've got a guy that is one of the brightest minds that I've ever been around in the teams that I've coached. He reminds me a lot of a player that won 3 Stanley Cups, Mike Keane. He's got a great sense of what to say at the right time. He's got a great sense of helping young people. And ideally, I thought that this was a guy that could really give us a nice little boost right now. So Chris will come. As I said, I'm not sure how we're going to utilize the group. We're going to talk as a group today. But I am really thankful that Chris is going to come on board and be a nice chance for him to see if coaching is something that he wants to do too. He's really loved his development job, and he's loved getting his feet wet in life after hockey. And now he's going to get quite a baptism.
Can I just ask one more question? Yeah. What's your biggest challenge in the final 18 games here?
I don't think that there are really big challenges. It's, again, a lot of what we've been talking about. It's making all of the people around us recognize that collectively we can be successful. And if we are collectively successful, if we improve, then it's going to help our team, it's going to help our organization, and in the end, it is going to help them individually. And we're asking them to do the right thing, and that's all we'll ever ask. We'll ask them to do the right thing, to act the right way, to be professionals, and to represent this organization the right way. Thank you.